New Orleans Saints offensive coordinator Klint Kubiak talks offensive installation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is from the Saints training camp. This is from the New Orleans Saints' own YouTube channel. So this is straight from the source, okay? The man, Klint Kubiak, or as Rich Eisen likes to say, Cliff Kubiak.
Cliff Kubiak is their new offensive coordinator.
Our hopes and dreams. I mean, everything is riding on this man. Pause. Everything that we hope, everything that we believe in, everything that we want to achieve this season. If the New Orleans Saints are going to be successful, it's going to be because of Klint Kubiak. Love the sweatshirt. Need to get one. So, any chance, or anytime he talks, we are going to in turn listen. So let's go ahead and listen and react to Klint Kubiak. Talk about what he is seeing so far on the offensive side of the ball.
How long, when you're installing a system like this, what are the steps and when are the steps that you expect to see when you can tell if it's coming together?
Well, I think it's stupid to say, but when we line up against Carolina.
Again, y'all know what I'm going to say. It's unbelievable. How many planes? Why are there always planes? Every single interview for the Saints. Are other teams like this? Are other teams just nonstop aerial assault during their interviews? It's absolutely insane. I mean, right now, I'm about to sneeze. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. I'm going to fight it off. Woo, baby. It's right there. I'm fighting it. All right, I think we got it. See that right there? Anybody else, they sneeze, they go to edit, they cut it, take a break. Me? No. Held it in. Just absolutely macho man Randy Savage elbow drop on the sneeze. But, I mean, does every other team have to deal with the aerial assault of the Saints dudes? Every interview I watch, there's a plane going overhead.
We want to see where we're at. We want to be at our best in that first game. I think that we're really demanding of these guys, and we expect it to look right the first time. Is it going to be perfect? No, but that's what we expect as coaches, and we're trying to be really detailed as coaches and be hard on the guys. I am pleased with our progress. We're heading in the right direction.
Okay, I like that answer, and it's good perspective for a fan because, like I always talk about, training camp to a certain extent doesn't really mean anything. It's good competition. It's good to see who's doing what, who's emotionally available, who's physically available, who's making some plays. But beyond that, whatever, right? And Klint kind of is detailing that with look, we're not expecting us to be perfect on offense in training camp. We're not looking for these guys to be running these plays at a Super Bowl level, at a whatever level right now. Training camp is training camp. Training camp is for practice. It is just a practice. So Klint is using that week one as his Super Bowl. He's using that week one as, okay, every day in training camp, every day in practice, every day in rookie minicamp, every day in minicamp, every day in OTAs, whatever, are all these practices that he's stacked up. And it's all the dominoes. As the dominoes fall, it leads to that week one against Carolina. So training camp or preseason or whatever, we're probably not going to see that full version of this offense. Against Carolina, we will see this offense. Question now is, can this offense get the execution? Can this offense get up to snuff? Can they get where they need to be by week one against Carolina?
Was Derek adapted to the system of the first 6 practices?
I can't say enough good things about Carr. From the way he studies, the type of professional he is, he's very coachable. He's hard on himself. He's hard on his teammates. He's got the demeanor you want.
Good. I like to hear it. All positive right now. Carr loves everybody. Kubiak loves everybody. Everybody loves everybody. Okay? Good. Because every time I listen to another team, their training camp, it's nothing but toxicity. It's nothing but contract problems. It's nothing but this player's holding out or this player's holding out or whatever. The Saints seem to be one of those teams that sometimes problems, a.k.a. last year, can bring a team together. I think these guys all going through all that last year, coming out of it this year with new energy, with Kubiak and all of his new offensive staff members, It's a new lease on life for the New Orleans Saints, and the roster seems to reflect that.
Yeah, Clint, when you say character building,
Oh, baby.
I guess do you look
Snuck up on him. Let me back that up a little bit. Snuck up on me, snuck up on Clint.
He's got the demeanor.
Yeah, Clint, when you say character building, I guess do you look to see how they respond to adversity or those kinds of things?
Yeah, well, every day is adverse here against Coach Allen's defense and Joe Woods. Unbelievable scheme, really physical. Our defense rips the ball out better than anybody. They're forcing turnovers, so we're better just by going against them every day.
True. That actually is a good point. The Saints have what could be top 5 defense in the NFL. That defense has never seen this offense. So for the defense, it's invigorating, right? They're seeing a brand new offense. They're going against it, whatever. This offense has certainly never seen that defense. This offense is brand new. So the fact that this offense gets to go against a top 5, top 10, let's just say top 10, a top 10 defense with something to prove, that's pretty strong. Like, you know, not to harp on the Carolina Panthers, but if you're going against the Panthers defense, it's a little different, right? Like your training camp, you think you're good, you're probably not good. You think, you know, this works, but it probably doesn't work. Going against a Saints defense, especially a Saints defense who wants to look good because they have a chip on their shoulder from last season, that is a great defense for this team to really kind of ramp up and practice and train with.
When we're watching, like, you guys do a lot of this play action stuff, it seems to be like really married to the run scheme y'all are bringing in. So, like, how important is that to get your guys to just like kind of understand that everything needs to look the same on that?
Yeah, obviously, pal. That's what play action is. Play action is obviously married to the run game. You can't. Successful play action doesn't work without a successful running game. It is absolutely one and the same, and it's important that 2 plays, one that's a running play and one that's a play action pass, look the same because you want to fool the defense. What's going on here?
That's critical. You know, that's what we harp on every day in meetings. That's what we're teaching, and you know, I think our guys have done a good job of understanding that, and you know, that's our job as coaches to make it look the same, make them understand what we're trying to do, but. It's on our players to go beat man coverage and go get open. Yep. So they have to know that it's not all scheme. Okay, you got to go win. So it's a two-way street.
I like that. I like that as well because we've been talking about this. You know, this offense will do this. This scheme will do this. This strategy will do this. These looks will do this. It's designed to get yak. It's designed to get people open. And Clint is saying, look, to a certain extent, sure, but the players have to win. The players have to be good. The players have to take that responsibility to get open or get yak or get whatever. So there's an onus on the players, and I love that. So good answer.
Clint, players have talked ad nauseum this offseason about the attention to detail from you and the offensive coaches, how Derek keeps telling this line about even when they're like celebrating a good play, it's like, yeah, but you know, it could have been 2 yards this way or whatever, and or doing it again when you get them back in the huddle. Is that something that's been a part of your philosophy since you started coaching, or did that come along the way from someone or somewhere?
It's
great question. Let me just say before Clint opens up, good question. I think Mike is fishing to see if Clint says anything about like what Kyle Shanahan taught him or the Shanahan tree or being in San Francisco. I think that's what he kind of wants to hear about, which I think would be an interesting answer. I don't know if Clint will give full credit to San Francisco, but let's see.
It's Rick Dennison, it's John Benton. I mean, those veteran coaches, it starts with them, okay, and all of us coaches are trying to be hard on our guys, not be satisfied. And it comes from Coach Allen too. Like Coach Allen is the most detailed coach I know. He's hard on us as coaches. It's for us to be detailed with our players. So that's just the culture that Coach Allen has here.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you talk about standing ovation. Ladies and gentlemen, you talk about that. Listen, I mean, everybody knows my background, okay? Reporter for a Pulitzer Prize-winning newspaper, interviewed Robin Roberts twice, drove Sinbad to the airport, a laundry list of accolades in the journalistic realm. I know PR. That was one hell of a PR answer because it would have been really easy to just say, well, yeah, when you're coming from San Francisco and the success they have and the detail that Kyle Shanahan has and you blah, 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 blah. Kubiak said, nah. Kubiak turned the whole thing in and said, we're talking about the Saints. He's talking about Dennis Allen being the most detailed coach he's ever been around. He's talking about his own staff. He's talking about the culture in the locker room, the culture with the coaches, the standard the coaches are being held to. What an answer. That took me by surprise. That took my breath away. Okay, I was sitting here expecting Kyle Shanahan. I'm looking left. He comes right. Boom. Uppercut. Gut jab. Just tricked me. Now, next thing I know, I'm laying on the ground, and I'm not even sure where I'm at. So, unbelievable from Kubiak there. That's, wow.
What's your impressions of how Talifwaga's doing a week into camp and really the whole offseason?
Yeah. I'm impressed with Tally. The guy is all football. He doesn't say a word. He works.
Makes two of
he
us.
Works hard. He's hard on himself, very similar to the way I described Derek Carr. So I'm pleased with where he's at. He's the kind of guy we want to be the culture that we want to have. We just got to keep getting him better.
Love just kind of following up on the play action stuff. So it's not all scheme there. I mean, how are you, I guess, trying to drill this into the guys with that specifically, where it's like hey, you're not just going to magically be open here. You got to.
Yeah, I think it's as simple as, okay, when the clicker stops, all right, and it's man coverage, who's open, all right. Even though number one in the progression didn't get the ball, you might not have got the ball, it might not have been designed for you, but on the opposite side of the field is your comeback winning, and we're evaluating that as coaches. So that's what we talk about in meetings.
After having the amount of time you've had to work with Chris Olave, where are some areas where you see that he can grow in this offense, or already has started to add to his game in this offense?
Give Chris a big compliment here, and I hope he keeps working hard after I give it to him. But I've been pleased with his growth. He's really dialed into the details, and Coach Dub is a heck of a coach. It's been really fun working with Coach Dub and seeing how he pushes Chris. And Chris wants to be a great player, and you can tell in the way he practices.
Good. A lot of questions about Chris Olave. A lot of questions within the Saints community about, is he a true number one? I think he is. I think the data backs that up. But some people believe he's more of a number two. If he takes that step, he's already on the fence. I have him as a top 20 receiver, certainly. I have him closer to top 15. If he takes a step and he gets in between that top 10, top 15, that changes things. That really does, because you have a Saints team who, from the outside looking in, kind of looks like they're weak as far as playmakers, weak as far as offensive weapons, and all of a sudden, if you sprinkle a top 15 wide receiver in there, things look a little different. You know, on the flip side, if you're a team like the Atlanta Falcons, who really you have more of like a top 30-ish number one, and then the rest are just complete nobodies. You know, like that can make a wide receiver room look real bad real quick. So Olave taking that next step, I hope he does. That would be huge, obviously, for us. To go back to the Talifwaga question, word on the street, and it's training camp, it is what it is. Word on the street is that our defensive line is looking really good. They're getting a lot of pressure, which also in turn means our offensive line is not seemingly doing very well. So I'm not sure exactly, what positions, who, whatever, but I need to hear a little more positivity coming out of camp about the offensive line, because everything I've heard so far is that they are getting absolutely dominated.
Coach, every camp there's always a breakout youngster. Mason Tipton's been getting a lot of press this week. What have you seen from him, and are you surprised how well he's taken it so far?
It's how he practiced in the spring, so he's just carrying it on. He's had a good start. He needs to stay humble. He knows that if he wants to play in this league, he's got to go prove that versus the ones, versus the top coverage. I think he's up to the challenge. We just got to keep coaching him.
There you go.
What have you seen from Trevor Penning coming back from
here we go.
the break and then picking it back up these last 6-7 practices?
More of the same. From the start, Trevor's been buying into everything we've coached him. We've been really pleased with him. And just up front, there's a lot of great leadership there. It starts with Eric McCoy, and guys follow Eric's lead. And Trevor is off to a good start.
And with Olave, he mentioned that he envisions getting more yards after the catch opportunities. Is there anything about the philosophy of this offense that does lead to more yards after catch opportunities for him and other receivers?
Yeah, this offense, some people have asked me about that. This offense does inherently get people open, and if people are open, They should be getting more yak versus making contested catches. They're not always going to be open, but yeah, this offense with the way they do misdirection and with the way they scheme people open, it should just inherently be more catch the ball, move upfield versus contested catch, get down.
Yeah, I think it's something that we preach, but if you're gonna be a one in the NFL, then that's got to be something that's got to be a skill you possess, and that's something we definitely stress.
Yeah.
If you guys are running like maybe a majority wide zone scheme in this offense, like is there like a specific trait for a runner that works really well in that scheme?
A runner, patience. The wide zone, anytime it's a stretch or anything like that, anytime you're really running that offense at all, it's very important for your running back to have patience, to be able to read what's happening, to be able to see it all playing out in front of you, and then to hit the hole, as they say.
This is definitely things we talked about, getting ready for the draft, and I think definitely looking for athletic guys that can get to the edge of the defense, but it doesn't have to be that way. Main thing that we just want smart guys. Okay, the smart guys get a lot of yards in this offense, and I've been pleased with our backs and with Derek Foster, the way he's coaching them.
AKA be able to read it, AKA be able to anticipate, AKA be patient, let it all play out, see what's on the table, and then make your decision versus just reacting. That's why I like this offense. That's why I really do, because it's one of those things where as long as you can like read what's happening, it should just happen naturally and should work. And that's why I like that Carr is the quarterback of this, because you don't want a guy who, you don't want an unproven guy or a guy who is having trouble reading things. The fact that Carr is an 11-year vet who has seen all these different offenses, like Carr should be really, really good at this. Carr should be really, really good at reading what's going on. Same with Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara has been playing for a long time, and he's kind of done this in the past. So, I just love the scheme and the fit that all of our pieces have with this offense.
And kind of along those lines, does Jordan Mims kind of fit what y'all are running scheme-wise here?
I think Jordan Mims fits a lot of schemes because he practices hard and he's smart and he finishes. So he's a guy that's had a good camp thus far.
There you go. Ending with the Jordan Mims question for all the people who stuck around. Good stuff. Love it. Man, training camp delivers, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Training camp, every day there's something new, and we don't miss a day. We are locked and loaded. Unbelievable stuff. Beautiful. By the way, this is being released on a Wednesday. Thursday, stream is back. Missed the stream. The previous week I was traveling. We'll be streaming on Twitch, YouTube, all the platforms. 6 p.m., 8 p.m. Central. Be reacting, hanging out, all that stuff. So make sure to check the live stream. Thursday night, Thursday evening, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, Klint Kubiak, the GOAT, my favorite human being. That's my president right there. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.